Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We will start with quote of the day. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. So surely with hardship comes ease. My topic today is family planning definition, types, failure rate, calculation, and family planning program. I am Dr. Taimia Ayub, and I will be presenting this topic under the kind supervision of Professor Dr. Saira Afzal, who is my supervisor and Dean, Institute of Public Health, Lahore. So, this is the outline of today's lecture. We will start with the definition and importance of family planning, followed by rationale and public health significance. Then, I will briefly discuss type of family planning methods, contraceptive effectiveness and failure rates, and how to calculate failure rate or Pearl index. Then, what is the global situation and what is the situation in Pakistan, with focus on Punjab. And at the end, we will discuss recommended practices and recent developments, followed by multiple choice questions. So, these are the learning objectives of today's class. So, we will start with the concept of family planning. Family planning is the ability of individuals and couples to anticipate and attain their desired number of children and spacing of pregnancies achieved through use of contraceptive methods and treatment of involuntary fertility. Contraception are the methods or devices that intentionally prevent pregnancy used interchangeably in operational context. Unmet need of family planning is the proportion of women of reproductive age who want to delay or stop childbearing but are not using any contraceptive methods. So, a rationale about why family planning matters reduces unintended pregnancies, maternal and newborn morbidity and mortality, contributes to education, women's economic participation, and poverty reduction. Family planning is a human's right and health service imperative, supports informed reproductive choice. So, this is the classification of family planning methods. Long acting reversible contraceptives, short acting hormonal methods, barrier methods and spermicides, permanent methods, emergency contraceptive, fertility awareness or traditional methods, innovations, and self care. So, we will start with long acting reversible contraceptive. Examples include intrauterine device like copper IUD, contraceptive implants. They provide long-term contraception protection 3 to 10 years depending upon the method. Highly effective with very low failure rate, less than 1% of typical use. User independent once inserted. Fertility returns immediately after removal. Public health importance is that they are ideal for reducing unintended pregnancies and discontinuation, and they are cost effective at population level. Then we have short acting hormonal methods like oral contraceptive pills combined and progestin only, injectable contraceptive like DMPA, patch, and vaginal ring. They require regular use, adherence, morning, daily, monthly, or 3 monthly. Moderately effective, failure mainly due to missed doses or delays. Can regulate menstrual cycle and reduce dysmenorrhea. Higher discontinuation and failure compared to long acting methods due to user dependence. Then we have barrier methods, which includes male condom, female condom, or diaphragm. They prevent sperm from reaching the ovum. Male condoms provide dual protection, pregnancy plus protection from sexually transmitted infections. Effectiveness depends on correct and consistent use. Key role in STI or HIV prevention. They are easily accessible and non hormonal. Short acting hormonal methods, oral contraceptive pills, injectable contraceptive, DPMA, DMPA, patch and vaginal ring. Explanation: they require regular user adherence. Sorry. We have barrier methods, and they, like I said, they have effectiveness depends upon correct and consistent use. Key role in STI or HIV prevention, easily accessible and non-hormonal. Then we have permanent or sterilization methods, which include female sterilization of tubal ligation and male sterilization of vasectomy. They are intended to be permanent methods of contraception, very low failure rates, suitable for individuals or couples who have completed family size. They require informed consent and counseling due to irreversibility. Then we have emergency contraceptive. Emergency contraceptive pill and copper IUD. Within 5 days of unprotected intercourse, they both can be considered as emergency contraception methods. Used for after unprotected sex or contraceptive failure, does not terminate an existing pregnancy. Copper IUD is the most effective emergency contraceptive method. They prevent unintended pregnancy after sexual contact or method failure. On the right side, there is comparison of levonorgestrel versus copper IUD for emergency contraceptive. So, among a study of 638 total participants, 317 used levonorgestrel and 321 used copper IUD. So, both the groups were comparative. Then we have one participant pregnancy 1 month after IUD insertion. So only one of the person who took levonorgestrel had a pregnancy after 1 month. So in conclusion, we can say that copper IUD works better for emergency methods. Okay, so whenever we are considering the method for contraception, there are several attributes to be considered, like effectiveness, typical versus perfect use, duration, short term versus long acting versus permanent, safety profile and contraindication, reversibility and return to fertility, user dependence or need for repeated visits, cost, supply chain, and provider skill requirements. Measuring effectiveness, failure rates. Typical use failure rates. Observed pregnancies in real world use pregnancy risk in real world use includes inconsistent or incorrect use, perfect use failure rate, pregnancy risk when the method is used exactly as intended every time, Pearl index, number of pregnancies per 100 woman years of exposure, simple but sensitive to study duration, life table survival methods, estimate cumulative probability of failure over time, preferred for longitudinal data. So this is example of typical versus perfect use. Some of the examples, for example, for IUD, typical use is 0.1 to 1%, whereas perfect use is 0.1%. Similarly, for injectable DMPA, typical use results in 4% failure rate, and perfect use results in 0.2 to 0.5% failure rate. Similarly, for combined oral contraceptive pill, typical failure rate is 7%, whereas perfect is less than 1%. For male condom, typical failure rate is 13%, whereas perfect failure rate is 2%. So these are some of the examples of typical versus perfect use and their failure rate. Now, how to calculate a simple Pearl index? Pearl index is equal to number of pregnancies into 12 divided by total month of exposure into 100. Results in pregnancy gives us pregnancies per 100 woman years. For example, two pregnancies among 200 women followed for 12 months. So we will multiply 2 by 12 divided by 200 into 12. And then we will get 1 per 100 woman year. So this is for short follow-up, censoring and varying risk by time require a lifetime table for precision. Global status and trends. In 2021, among 1.9 billion women of reproductive age, nearly 1.1 billion had a need for family planning. 874 million used modern methods and 164 million had unmet need, according to WHO estimates. Global modern contraceptive prevalence, women 50 to 49 married or in union is rising, but progress is uneven. Lower long acting contraceptive and implants have driven gains in many settings. For Pakistani population, so that according to the data available, total fertility rate Pakistan Demographic Health Survey of 2017 to 18 reported total fertility rate about 3.6% or 3.2% depending on urban and rural setting. Contraceptive prevalence rate, overall contraceptive prevalence rate was 34% for any method. Modern contraceptive prevalence and methods mix show lower use of long-acting methods compared with some regional peers. Modern contraceptive prevalence rate, Family Planning 2030 country briefs and service statistics indicate lower modern contraceptive prevalence rate estimate about 17 to 20% in certain modeled studies. And then we have unmet and unintended pregnancies. Millions of unintended pregnancies annually attributed to unmet need in Pakistan. This is an estimate with gut measure and other analysis, but there are no actual figures to support the number. Pakistan program architecture and delivery channels. Okay, so that's these are the different channels which are providing um, people or community with the family planning services, and these can include government channels, community health workers, private sector and social marketing, partnerships and commitment. So we have for government channels we have Provincial Population Welfare Department, Ministry of National Health Services and Provincial Health Departments, public sector clinics and district health offices. For community health workers, lady health workers cover large rural populations and are a critical family planning contact point. Contraceptive counseling, condoms, pills, refer for lower long acting contraceptive or sterilization. Then we have for private sector and social marketing, we have NGOs, social enterprises like Green Star, Mary Stopes Foundation, which provides significant share of family planning services and commodities. And finally, we have uh, partnership and commitment of Pakistan as an FP 2030 commitment maker. Planning emphasizes funding, commodity security, community engagement, and integration with maternal and newborn services. So these are some of the areas where Pakistan can put more focus on, which include expansion of long-acting contraceptive access and their use, shifting and self-care options, self-injectable community distribution of pills, telehealth counseling, quality counseling, informed choice, youth-friendly services, engagement of male population in the decision making and in awareness program, and integrated postpartum and post abortion family planning services for high impact care. If we apply the levels of prevention to the family planning, for primary prevention, enabling informed choice and access to contraception to prevent unintended pregnancies, education, contraceptive supply, and community outreach. For secondary prevention, early identification of contraceptive failure or complication, timely provision of emergency contraception and counseling, follow up services to prevent repeat unintended pregnancies. For tertiary prevention, clinical management of complications, for example, managing contraceptive side effects, treatment of unsafe abortion complications, rehabilitation, and long term counseling. Recommended clinical and programmatic practices from WHO and CDC. Client centered counseling using informed choice and method mix, remove unnecessary medical barriers, prioritize postpartum and immediate postpartum long acting contraception counseling and services, ensure commodity security and unbiased service provision across public and private sectors. So, latest development and innovations for family planning and contraception is that self care and task sharing. There is growing evidence and policy support for self administered DMPA and OTC oral contraceptives in some settings. Guideline updates 2024, CDC selected practice recommendation and updated WHO guideline emphasized removing barriers and evidence-based management of side effects, digital and telehealth, remote counseling, digital follow-up, and M health for adherence and side effect management. research trend, implementation science to improve method continuation, better measurement of contraceptive failure in lower middle income countries by life table analysis and cost effectiveness studies. So these are the latest development and improvements which can be made. Recent research highlight contraceptive failure by method and context. Multi-country analysis show lowest 12 months failure for implants IUD and highest for traditional methods. User characteristic and service quality matters. According to some studies in Pakistan, in 2023 to 2024, analysis shows knowledge and access remains key predictor of unmet need. Community distribution and social marketing help, but gaps persist in rural and underserved population. Economic analysis, adding it up, analysis estimate high number of unintended pregnancies and cost benefit of meeting needs in Pakistan. So some of the important points, which is integrating services, statistics, and setting targets. Number one is triangulation approach, which means that using multiple approaches for uh, knowing the right information by Pakistan Demographic Health Survey and other such surveys, plus service statistics and modeled estimates. So all these can be used to estimate the actual numbers. Key indicator to monitor is CPR or any other method specific or model CPR, unmet need, total demand satisfied with modern methods, SDG indicator, couple years of protection, methods discontinuation, and their reasons. For Pakistan, challenges and barriers include socio-cultural barrier, gender dynamics, and limited female autonomy, supply chain weakness and commodity stockouts in some districts, fragmented services delivery across public, private, NGO sectors, data gaps, and underreporting from private sectors. Need to scale evidence-based, high-impact intervention. Then we have policy and financing consideration, increase domestic budgetary allocation and ensure predictable financing for commodities and provider training, strengthen LHW and PHC linkage for community provision and referral, expand public private partnership and reliable social marketing challenge. Some of the family planning programs which are working in Pakistan include Population Welfare Department, National and Provincial Coordination. Population Welfare Department and federal and provincial level remains the public sector backbone for family planning service delivery, policy, and outreach. As mentioned above, previously, that Pakistan is a FP 2030 national commitment and a national family planning action framework. Lady Health Worker Program and National Program for Family Planning and Primary Healthcare. The Lady Health Worker Network provides steps counseling, distribution for short acting methods like pills and condoms, referral for lower acting contraceptive methods or sterilization, and community education. So, these are the first line family planning contact for most of the population, especially in rural and peri urban areas. Social marketing and NGO service delivery. Non-state providers deliver a substantial share of contraceptive and clinical services through social marketing, franchised clinic, mobile outreach team, and private providers. These include Green Star Social Marketing, Marishops Society, and DKT Pakistan. So these also contribute to national service statistics and commodity supply chains. Helpline, digital services, and youth platform. Green Star, Pucho Helpline, Marishops, Mashwara, toll-free helpline and apps, and other NGO. Sorry. Digital channels provide counseling, referral, and side effect management remotely, and expanding component of FP service models. National Monitoring and Evaluation and Service Statistics. Pakistan compiles annual contraceptive performance and couple years of protection data across public and large NGO implementers. These service statistics are used alongside Pakistan Demographic Health Survey estimate and FP 2030 modeling to monitor progress. Similarly, for Punjab, we have Punjab Family Planning Program supported by World Bank for 2023 onwards. It was started with the major funding package of $100 million to expand universal access to quality family planning services in Pakistan. Then we have Punjab Population Welfare Department and SBC strategy, which is working along with the national departments to provide family planning services like facility based services, community mobilization, sterilization camps, and outreach alongside social and behavioral change SBC strategy. Integration with health system and LHWs in Punjab, as previously mentioned, LSWs are the front force for providing doorstep family planning services in Pakistan and in Punjab also. Same are these Green Star and Maristo Foundation, which are also working in Pakistan through Behtar Zindagi centers, Suraj social franchises, outreach teams, pharmacies, and digital helplines. Service delivery models in practice, how the clinic these programs are actually working. They have static clinics and outreach or mobile camps, then community distribution and LHW's referral, social franchising and private providers, and as mentioned, digital counseling and helplines. So these are some of the recent developments. Change in policy, as mentioned about FP 2030 and national targets of Pakistan, and similarly social and behavioral change SBC and stigma reduction emphasis. So these are two of the strategies on which Punjab and Pakistan are working. Strength, gaps, and operational challenges. Strengths include established Lady Health Worker Network, active NGO participation, social marketing partners, new provincial financing for particularly for Punjab to create a platform for upscaling. Some of the gap and challenges are fragmented service delivery across public private sectors, underreporting from private providers, supply chain and commodity security remains variable, socio-cultural and gender barrier, and these issues are which have been noted repeatedly in different forums and different analysis. So now we come to multiple choice question portion of the presentation. Which statement best reflects the public health definition of family planning? A strategy to reduce population growth by limiting birth, a program targeting contraceptive use among married women only, a clinical service limited to spacing of births, the ability of individual and couples to decide freely on the number and spacing of children using safe methods, or E, a national policy to control fertility rates.
D.
Yes, it is D, the ability of individual and couples to decide freely on the number and spacing of children. A district program management manager wants to promote a contraceptive method with the lowest risk of failure under typical use condition. Which method should be prioritized? Male condom, combined oral contraceptive pill, injectable contraceptives, withdrawal method, or intrauterine device? So the answer in
E.
yes, it's E. Intrauterine device is for this. While reviewing monitoring indicator, a researcher asked what exactly the Pearl Index measures in the contraceptive effectiveness studies, which is the correct interpretation. Probability of pregnancy at first intercourse, method continuation over time, number of pregnancies per 100 woman years of exposure, population fertility change over a decade, survival probability free from pregnancy.
C.
Yes, it is C, number of pregnancies per
C.
100 women years of exposure. Yes. In a program evaluation study, 200 women used a contraceptive method for 12 months and two pregnancies are reported during this period. What is the Pearl index in this example?
E.
So I have it as C, which is 1. This is the calculation for it. As there are 2 pregnancies in 12 months, so we will multiply it by 2 into 12. Divided by 200, there were women, and there were 12 months again. So we will multiply it again. So we come to 1 per 100 women. According to PDHS 2017 to 18, any indicator represents the proportion of women using any contraceptive methods. Total fertility rate, modern contraceptive prevalence rate, unmet need for family planning, contraceptive prevalence rate, demand satisfied with modern methods.
D.
Uh, so it is the demand satisfied with modern methods. It is sorry, it is D, contraceptive prevalence rate. Yes, it is CPR, contraceptive prevalence rate. Sorry. Which of the following activities is most closely aligned with primary prevention and family planning? Managing complication of unsafe abortion, providing infertility treatment, offering contraceptive counseling and methods, treating side effects of a hormonal contraceptive, um, or E, managing maternal mortality cases.
C.
Yes, it is C, offering contraceptive counseling and methods. A rural district in Punjab reports high unintended pregnancy rates despite good availability of oral contraceptive pills. Program data suggests inconsistent pill use. Which intervention would be most effective? Increasing pill stock at health facilities, promoting fertility awareness methods, expanding access to long acting reversible contraceptive, increasing age at marriage through legislation, or E, conducting additional mass media campaigns only.
C.
Yes, C is one of the most appropriate, expanding access to long-acting reversible contraceptive. Which program provide door-to-door family planning services in Pakistan, particularly in rural and peri-urban areas? Population Welfare Department clinics, Punjab Family Planning Program, FP 2030 Secretariat, Social Marketing Organization, or Lady Health Worker Program?
E.
Yes, it is E. Yes. A tertiary hospital in Punjab plans to strengthen postpartum family planning services. Which approach is most consistent with current WHO recommended practices? Provide counseling only at 6 weeks postnatal visit, limiting family planning services to outpatient clinic, offering same day postpartum long acting contraceptive services where medically appropriate, promoting only barrier methods after delivery, or referring all postpartum women to private clinics.
D.
Uh, I I have the option of C here, uh, but I think there can be other options. But for my key, I have the option C written here, offering same day postpartum long acting contraceptive services. A district health officer wants to set realistic family planning targets and monitor progress accurately. Which combination of data is most appropriate? Census data only, PDHS survey estimates only, survey statistics only, or all combination of all three, PDHS plus survey statistics plus FP 2030 modeled estimates, or hospital administration records?
D.
Yes, it is D here. This is the MCQ key. This is the YouTube link where the video will be uploaded. And thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Temia. This is a very